Scotty Myers. I am a reporter here, sort of an intern here at the Two Rivers Tribune. I've only been here for a couple of weeks, and I've really enjoyed myself and reporting here in Hoopa.
My name is Allie Hostler. I'm a Hoopa tribal member. I'm the managing editor of the Two Rivers Tribune. What else do you want to know? I went to Humboldt State University and got my bachelor's degree in journalism, and my minor was in Native American Studies. Until there is information out there for communities to read and access, they're really kept in the dark or relying on gossip or rumors. With a newspaper, you can hold people accountable by putting their name and their words in black and white on paper. That's a real valuable asset. It actually also serves as a chronicle or an archive of events that have happened throughout the course of the newspaper's life. Of course, we don't have archives prior to the newspaper existing, but the just having access to, 10 years ago, it's a very valuable asset to our community. It also provides a forum, a public forum for people to voice their concerns and their ideas and their triumphs and their accomplishments. I think it's that's what it is for me.
Here we have this beautiful public forum. I mean, it's almost human nature that, we are our own sort of gossip mills, and without people sort of investigating and talking with other people, you don't really get truth in a story. So I think we seek truth. We seek, hard news stories, whether it be, things that are happening with our money, or whether it's the newborn baby right down the neighbor that you kind of want to meet. I mean, those are all things that are happening and that affect everyone and have real consequences. And we're just storytellers and sharing the story with everyone and continuing that tradition of conversing and learning together. Store line, everyone has been so helpful and so warm, and this community is a beautiful community, and I love learning about it. Every day I come to work and I learn something new.
The community to me is everything. I was born and raised here in Hoopa and have been a part of the Hoopa, Wichpec, Orleans community my entire life, and I plan to be for the remainder of my life. And I think that's why I went into journalism, because I felt like media can be used as a tool for positive change. And so if I was going to give anything back to my community, it would be positive change. And I've found that, other avenues can be more challenging, but just being able to put information out for folks is a way to make positive change. So that for me is symbolic of how important this community is to me, that I decided to stay here, raise my kids here. I have 2 children, and work here, for the betterment of everyone. So not just my kids, not just myself, but everyone. So, and the everything, the rivers, the trees, is just a fantastic place to be. In the past, we have tried to get some students from the high school to participate, and we haven't really had much success with that. One of our full-time writers before was a non-Indian, but she was a high school student. She started writing sports stories for us, and she just did fabulous and found, she was a reporter at heart, and she worked here for 8 years after high school, recently leaving us. But I think that's something we definitely need to explore. Our budget, everyone's excuse is a small budget, but our budget hasn't allowed for any extra time or space. But looking into grant opportunities for something such as this, is an avenue we haven't explored that we should. So I think definitely getting that media spark in some people is important. And many folks get involved in journalism and they move to political or law careers because they become very educated or specialized in one particular area that they've been covering, whether it be politics or natural resources, and they become very passionate about that issue, and they end up wanting to do more because they see areas where not enough is being done. Well, our circulation is 1,600 right now in the communities of Witchpike, Orleans, Happy Camp, Hoopa, Willow Creek, Burnt Ranch, Salyer. So it's pretty much the Klamath Trinity region. Everybody reads the Two Rivers Tribune, and maybe not everybody, but quite a few people do, and they get passed around. So even though we print 1,600 copies each week, the same one copy might get passed from person to person or sit on the kitchen table for a week and, go through several hands. So, and folks might not necessarily read the whole thing. They might just read what's of interest to them, which is fine. So. And hopefully there's something of interest for everyone every week. That's our goal. But I see it as our opportunity to sort of put something out there and give folks an opportunity to weigh in on an issue. Sometimes it's meatier than other times. Like right now, it's been pretty lighthearted. If you were a superhero, or if you could give yourself advice 10 years ago, what would that advice be? Sometimes we ask some pretty heavy-hitting questions about how do you feel about marijuana cultivation on the reservation, or how do you feel about commercial fishing? Mm-hmm. Those are some sort of heavier ones that some folks kind of don't want their picture associated with their answer. But I think getting past that point is important, having the courage to say, I do believe in commercial fishing, or I don't believe in commercial fishing, and putting your face and your name with it. I think that it's a significant step for a lot of people.
And I think if you're going to be a community newspaper, you're going to want your community in the newspaper. So, 6 little thumbnail pictures of, people you might see at the grocery store or at, different events and stuff. It's like, oh, there's neighbor, oh, there's so-and-so down the street, there they are in the paper, and that's what they said, and just a direct line of communication.
It's www.tworiverstribune.com.